Guys, I'm going to be doing a video here today. I'm going to need your cooperation. Are there any questions so far? You be quiet. Last time we did this, you remember all the problems we had? You made a bunch of noise, you ran back and forth, you pecked on my leg, you even tried to sit on the tripod. Let's try to do better today, okay? Thank you. You know, winter is coming. Are your chickens ready? Join me today as I unveil the ultimate guide to preparing your chicken coop for a cozy and relatively stress-free winter. Let's not leave our feathered friends out in the cold. So let's dive into this together, and I'll show you what we've been doing for the past 3 decades. Cleaning out the barn is the first step and probably takes the longest. This particular barn took me about an hour to get all of the old shavings straight and around. The biggest problems I have when I'm cleaning the chicken coop, of course, is there are red wasps everywhere, and I've gone through and taken care of most of them. But don't be surprised if I'm swatting every so often. The next thing we want to do is clean the walls and even the ceiling for dust and just dirt and slime and who knows what else has gotten over there since the last time we cleaned. Now there were a couple of times I brought the pressure cleaner in here and cleaned this out. Makes a heck of a mess though, and the chickens don't like it. And right now, I got hens in the nest box, so I gotta kind of be careful with that as well. I've cleaned the walls to the best they're gonna get and swept out and cleaned out all of the old shavings and manure and everything else that's on the bottom. We're gonna add new bedding. Let's talk about bedding for a minute. Years ago, we used to use straw. And straw, all it does is get wet and causes a mess. And we have such a damp, humid environment here, caused a lot of problems. So we switched to shavings probably 5 years ago or so. Have not looked back. That's not only for chickens. We use that for goats, cows, and everything else. Shavings is the way to go. Straw has gotten absolutely out of hand as far as cost. And so we can make our own shavings. Just as a side note, you can tell when your bedding needs to be changed just by smelling. If you smell any trace of ammonia, it's time to change the bedding and clean out your coop. As you can see, shavings make a huge difference here in the coop. Not only do the shavings make a difference as far as smell goes, it's certainly a much more hospitable living environment for our chickens. Looks like we've got some pretty serious nest box cleaning to do today. We have to be careful because the chickens are still laying eggs. As you can see, we've got a few of the eggs in there right now, and I'll clean those out before I go any further. As you can see, it cleaned up pretty well. This thing's probably 10 years old. So now we need to fill up each egg laying area with some shavings. Groups are starting to get a little, let's just say trying to get a little frisky here. While we're waiting on her to lay her egg, or maybe eggs, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in some fresh oyster shell. There's the oyster shell. Especially in the wintertime, this is highly critical. What oyster shell does is it allows your eggs to have an adequate thickness so that they don't break when you pick them up or they're easily broken in handling. Do the hardest thing that I have to do all day. Reset the automatic door so it will open later in the morning. It's opening up now where the door is opening in the dark, so we want to change that. Now, unless you have your degree from Starfleet Academy, changing this thing, you've got to go through 10 different menus, and it's not exactly user-friendly. But something's got to be done. There's one last thing to do. That's right. The changing of the sign. As the snowflakes fall and the temperatures drop, or in our case, the freezing rain and the cold, cold wind, your chickens will thank you for what you've done to their coop. Please hit the like button if you found these tips helpful, and subscribe for more homesteading wisdom. And remember, your comments and questions are always welcome. I usually get them within 24 hours. We're here to help you in your homestead do it the way we've been doing it for 3 decades. Stay safe, and until next time, see you down at the barn.